Well, ESPN personalities Dan Orlovsky and Stephen A. Smith have weighed in on the Shedeur Sanders pantomime situation. It's not a good look. It's immature. It's clown behavior. I talked about this yesterday. Shedeur, this is not the way a starting quarterback in the National Football League should conduct themselves. This is not the way somebody who should be doing anything and everything possible to prove to the world that he is worthy of a starting quarterback spot should be behaving. This is clown behavior, childish behavior. If I am a person in that locker room, I'm not co-signing this. If I'm an offensive lineman in that locker room, I don't want to block for that guy. Shedeur, all you have to do is just choose your words carefully. If you think that the media is going to twist what you say, misconstrue what you say, choose your words carefully. Clarify your statements in the moment so there's no misconstruing going on. Instead, you're going to mime, you're going to act like a kid, and now unfortunately people are looking at you like, this is not a good look, Shedeur. Not a good look at all. Dan Orlovsky, I don't think there's a time and place to act like that as a quarterback.
So what was your reaction to what we saw yesterday?
I actually don't think there is a time and place to act like that as a quarterback. I think, one, everything that you do when you're a quarterback, I don't care if you're first, second, or third is a job interview. In that league, every single thing you do. And my question to Shedeur would be, are you helping yourself in your own building? Did that 30 or 40 seconds help you in your own building when it comes to what they think you can be in the future? And then did you help yourself outside of your own building? There's 64 jobs, essentially, at that spot in the NFL. Did that 30 or 40 seconds help you at all when it comes to your future there or your future elsewhere? And when you're a later round draft pick, every single thing you do has to be from the lens of, how do I make myself more appealing to the people in this building that say, give that guy a chance? Or more appealing to it, do you think an owner or a general manager or a president or somebody making decisions is watching that going, I want that guy leading my franchise?
Yeah. No.
Did you help yourself?
Yeah, rhetorical.
Yeah, that's a great point. If you're in that organization, if you're in the front office, if you're in the coaching staff, do you look at how Shedeur acted yesterday and say, yeah, that's the guy I want leading my team. That's the guy I want as the face of my team. At certain point, the popularity, the attention, the clicks, that's only good for so much. These coaches don't get paid based off clicks. These coaches don't get paid. They don't get extension based on how often the media is talking about their quarterback. These coaches get paid based off wins and losses. Great point, Dan Orlovsky. Stephen A. Smith, given a little bit of leeway, Stephen A. Smith. He's in the Deion Sanders, what can I do to try to help this situation out the best I can? But even Stephen A. says he has to know that other people are going to look at him and consider that immature.
Vocally, anything to say?
Stephen A., when you see that video, what's your reaction?
I'm not going to overreact to it. I'm just going to say that he has to know that other people are going to look at him and consider that immature. I don't consider him immature. I think that he can play. I think that he's a leader. I think that a lot is prejudged when it comes to him. I think it's unfair. I can't wait to see him get his chance on the football field or whatever. I just think that at times, I wish people see ahead of time how they're going to judge you and how you should be. They shouldn't judge him. It's no big deal because every word he says, we micromanage, we dissect, and folks judge him accordingly. And I think that was his way of saying, you know what? If you don't hear anything that I have to say, okay, that's cool, and it's not a big deal. But folks are gonna make it out to a big deal. I assure you, there's gonna be some people out there, pointing and using that to say there was immaturity there. I don't believe him to be that kind of a person, an immature person. I think he's a young man. I think he's highly intelligent. I think he's composed. I think he's been exposed to a lot more than a typical fifth-round pick would have been exposed to. Obviously, we know who his daddy is, arguably the greatest athlete who ever lived. And those things, and they get judged harshly. All I would say to both, I wouldn't need to say this to Prime Time, but I would still say it to him and his son, that attachment, you know, the bottom line is people are going to be ultra critical. Just be mindful of it.
Stephen A. Smith running interference for Shedeur Sanders, compromised media. One of the Deion Sanders apologists out there, the Shedeur Sanders apologists out there. If this was anybody not named Shedeur Sanders, Stephen A. would be killing that person. This is as biased as one can get. This is as clouded as someone's judgment, someone's interpretation of a situation can possibly be. Stephen A. Smith is trying everything in his being right now to not actually speak what's on his mind because he values that relationship with Deion Sanders so greatly. This is sorry, sad behavior, but unfortunately from somebody like Stephen A. Smith, expected behavior. Stephen A. clearly giving Shedeur Sanders more leeway than he deserves because of his friendship with Deion. Let's be real. There's a reason Shedeur is sitting third string. This clown show of an interview only proves what people already suspect. He's immature, arrogant, and completely lacking in self-awareness. The optics are terrible. Instead of owning his situation and showing some humility, he doubles down with a mime act that just makes him look even smaller. Until he grows up and earns respect through his play, not his father's name, he's going to stay exactly where he is, on the bench. Stephen A. and his media brethren need to be called out and held to account. Seriously, what other quarterback in the league, what other QB3 in the league is constantly sought out for comments pertaining to this team? I will hang up and listen to your response. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that Shedeur is immature, arrogant, and entitled, but some media members ignore it and act as though Shedeur just has lapses in judgment, gets bad advice, or is just a kid. The lack of accountability only enables him to keep behaving this way. That's right. These people are doing Shedeur no favors. They're enabling his childish behavior and reinforcing his childish behavior. Do better, Shedeur. Again, you're going to get your opportunity, I'm sure. Stop behaving like a little brat. Like the video, comment, let me know your guys' thoughts. Please subscribe. See you later. Take it easy.